I'm Alex Polizzi, and I worked in top hotels for over 20 years.
I don't know quite what I was expecting, but not this skanky old dog.
But as the hotel inspector, I've also seen the worst.
There's about 5 years' worth of dust on there. I've just passed a nice big poo.
Now in my 10th year, I'm turning up the heat.
Clearly what I need to do is maybe punch him once or twice in the face. What on earth is that abomination on my bed? Well, it's just a kind of bonkers setup, and it has to stop now. I was in a really good mood, you know, once upon a time.
If they don't want my help, I'm out.
I don't give a flying fuck. I will go, and if you don't want me to come back, I won't.
If they don't like home truths, too bad.
The rooms are dirty, and I'm not going to stay tonight.
This year, I'm in no mood to mince my words.
This, for me, would be a hotel of last resort. It feels perfectly pleasant, but completely forgettable.
As I battle to bring them back from the brink.
So struggling with this.
This time, I'm getting down and dirty.
Do me a fucking favour.
With a hotelier on his knees.
Look under the bed.
Oh, God. I can't do this anymore.
Ah! The House of Horrors. I mean, honestly, it makes me feel slightly queasy. I don't want to stay here.
You will not believe what you're about to see. I've seen my fair share of rooms in my time, and I've seen some terrible sights, but nothing could have prepared me for this. Nestled in the picture postcard Wiltshire village of Aldbourne is the 400-year-old Crown Inn.
All right, OK. Thank you very much. Thank you.
With a busy bar, restaurant and 5 ensuite letting rooms above, it's tirelessly run by landlord Alan.
The Crown is my home, and I work here 24/7, 120 hours a week approximately.
More used to pulling pints than pulling in guests, for 7 years, experienced publican Alan has poured his heart and soul into the business.
I have no other life. You know, I'm married to the bloody thing. OK.
A labour of love that's seen him give the guest rooms his own uniquely masculine makeover.
These rooms are all my design. The style of this room is comfortable, it's clean. The bedrooms were Laura Ashley style, very feminine, and yet the few guests what we were having coming were all men. So I thought it had to change.
But while his bar is a hit with the locals, visitors to the area are giving his rooms the miss, and occupancy is at rock bottom.
It's down below 50%. I think it may be even more.
Despite sinking everything he has into the Crown.
I don't know how much I invested, but in the region of £50,000 would be the minimum. It's probably more than that, and I probably don't want to know that.
At 69, Alan has no profits, no pension, and worse still, no plan B.
To retire would be impossible. I've got no other home. I see myself working until I drop.
Lime juice, I don't know. We might have some in the storeroom.
Yeah.
What he does have is trusty barmaid and right-hand woman, Alex.
I never imagined I would be here 5 years on. I had a plan to leave. I even gave him my notice, and I retracted it because I couldn't leave. And here you are.
Thank you very much.
Okay, there's your key for you.
Alex is one of those people. Can we clone her? Has she got another, dozen sisters behind her?
But with the pressure building on the Crown to make more money,
There goes some of my profit.
they're both hoping I can help give him a more secure future before it's too late.
If this doesn't work, I truly don't think it will be here much longer. You know, if he loses his place, he loses his home.
Is this the last resort? Alex May told me that. If you don't change, it will be the last resort.
There's not a moment to lose, so I'll need to act fast.
I hope Alex can find something what I'm missing, I've overlooked, or I can't see.
If he doesn't follow what she says, then his business is gone.
I'm not nervous. I want Alex to see an open book. There's no bullshit necessary.
That's good, because I always prefer to tell it as it is.
I don't know quite what I was expecting, but not this skanky old dog. Immediately, it appears to me that someone's taken their eye off the ball massively. Look at that window box. I mean, what is in there? You can't even read it. There's nothing that would tempt me in there at the moment.
The neglected exterior has left me cold. Let's hope there's a warmer welcome waiting inside.
Hello,
Hello.
Alan.
Yes. Hello.
Alex.
Okay, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Okay.
How are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Yeah.
Looking forward to.
Are you?
Yes. Yeah.
Mixture of trepidation and anticipation.
I think it could be a good thing, and I can learn something.
Oh, you can. But they're never too old to learn.
Absolutely not. Definitely not.
The first thing I want to learn is who Alan's customers are.
You know, in every place there's somewhere that locals hang, and there's somewhere that tourists go to.
This is the local pub, really.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Alan is a tenant landlord, which means he doesn't keep all the profit from beer sales. But he does get all the profit from the restaurant and rooms, so it's vital they make money.
What is occupancy?
50%, and that's been going down.
Yeah. Are you happy for me to check in?
Yeah, no problem.
Is that all?
No, except, unfortunately, the room's not been made up yet.
Okay, no.
I'm waiting for my girl to come to clean.
Okay, well then I won't check in. I think that's probably better.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I'll have a look around, and then I'll come back and chat to you again.
Yeah, no
Is
problem.
that all right?
Yeah, lovely.
All right, lovely. Thank
All right.
you.
Not having a room ready early is not the end of the world, and I can really see why locals might warm to this cosy country pub.
Nice open fire.
The trouble is, what I also see are more signs of lack of attention to detail.
Slightly distracted from by the New Crown Pizzeria. At least get the spelling of pizzeria right, possibly. And all of this stuff which really detracts from this lovely fireplace. Nice little dining room.
At least Alan's kindly decided not to leave me waiting for the cleaner to arrive.
It's all sorted. That's the way we normally do it, you know.
But before I check into my freshly cleaned accommodation, I want to check out some of the other ensuite rooms.
I hope when Alex sees the other rooms, she'll see that they're nicely decorated.
I mean, he clearly has not a flipping idea in his mind about how to decorate.
The dark, dingy decor is bad enough, but there's a much bigger problem.
Everywhere is dirty. It shows a complete lack of regard for, you know, some of the basic expectations that should be met for guests. I mean, honestly, it makes me feel slightly queasy.
Everywhere I turn, there's an overwhelming sense of dirt and neglect.
I mean, look at this. Look at that. I mean, I don't even want to touch that door. That is just so depressing, and I don't say that lightly. This is just unacceptable. I mean, it's just...
Alan seems like a nice chap, so I can only pray he's cleaned up his act in the £80 a night family room where I'm staying.
Oh, happy days. There's not one thing that is vaguely appealing. You know, that it hasn't been vacuumed, every bit of furniture's stained, marked. It's really run down, this place. And I mean, I believe he's selling a double room for 80 quid a night. I mean, I wouldn't want to stay here for 80 quid a night. I'd probably rather sleep in a car. It's pretty fucking miserable.
I don't know what's worse, the appalling state of the rooms or the fact that Alan doesn't seem to have noticed.
I think the rooms are very acceptable.
Do me a fucking favour.
Nobody complains about the comfort of them.
When's the last time someone has gone with a cloth and wiped down there? The watermarks on there, when's the last time that that's been washed, wiped, cleaned? You know, I find it really offensive that he expects people to spend 80 quid a night to stay in this shithole. It's a long time since I have refused to stay somewhere, but actually I don't want to stay here.
I've been called to the Crown in Wiltshire to help struggling 69-year-old landlord Alan.
What worries me is what is going to happen to me when I turn around and say, oh, I can't do this anymore. It is in the back of my mind 24/7.
But it's been a while since I was confronted with dirty rooms like these.
There's about 5 years' worth of dust on there. Ah, the house of horrors.
Everything upstairs is so dirty, I'm questioning whether I should stay the night. And when I talk to barmaid Alex, it appears I'm not the only one.
How do you think the rooms represent the Crown as a whole?
Personally, if I'm being honest, I wouldn't stay here. It's embarrassing to take people up, especially if the rooms haven't been done on time. It's then trying to look for excuses, whether really there shouldn't be.
There's no excuse, and I'm amazed anyone wants to stay here. But if I really want to help Alan, I will need to be cruel to be kind.
You say you've got 50% occupancy. Do you think that's accurate? I can't believe, looking at your rooms, that you have 50% occupancy.
If I was, it was, and it's dropped off quite dramatically.
Do you spend a lot of time in the rooms, darling? Or are you more bar-based?
I'm more bar-based.
I think the rooms, I mean, they seem to me like they really need some TLC. They're pretty sad. They're dirty. The rooms aren't properly cleaned. And I blame you for that, because you're the boss. I think it shows an immense lack of care. And I'm not going to stay tonight. I'm going to come back tomorrow. We're going to put best foot forward, and we're going to start tackling the problems as soon as tomorrow comes around.
Thank you.
All right, bye, darling.
As an owner, to have Alex walk out on me, not stay, I have to say I feel sick and disappointed in myself. I'm at the rock bottom of cleanliness. I've got to take that to 100%.
In the cold light of day, I'm even more convinced it was the right decision.
I think this is only the third time in my long and varied career that I've ever put my foot down. And it's just impossible. It was just too dirty.
Today, I've got to get up and I've got to change the regime. I've got to do it different. I've got to improve it, and there's no ifs or buts about it.
You know, Alan, he's incredibly friendly, but he's let his place really slip. And the rot's definitely set in.
I just blaming myself for not opening my own eyes. It's a wake-up call.
But it's not just the dirty rooms that are the problem. Last night I took a close look at his accounts, and they were a bit of an eye-opener for me too. Alan is a tenanted landlord, which means he can't control the price at which he buys his beer, which makes it all the more important that he makes lots of money on his food and on his rooms. But after studying the books, it's clear dire occupancy levels are not the only figures which don't add up. The restaurant could be making more money too.
On his food sales, he's making sometimes only 30% profit. I mean, that is just non-sustainable. You know, how does he decide on his pricing? When he sees he's not making money for things, why is he selling things so cheaply? I think one of the reasons I'm so keen to get to grips with Alan's problems and help him is that I'm painfully conscious of the fact that this is a 69-year-old man with no backup plan, no pension pot. You know, there is no one to step in and help him.
Alan needs a break in his luck, and I'm determined to help. We need to address the margins on his food, but before that, I need to give him a crash course in meeting the basic standards of cleanliness guests should be able to expect.
Morning, Alan.
Good morning, Alex.
How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. Ready for another day?
I think we ought to start by going up to the room
Yep.
and me showing you what I found unacceptable yesterday. Yeah.
Okay, lovely.
I would say this would be the last resort for Alan. I don't think he could go anywhere else really after this.
It's time for Alan to get down and dirty.
Can you please get on your... if you look under the bed. Can you see that?
Absolutely. Oh, God. Yep.
I mean, I don't know when the last time this is hoovered, darling, but not in living memory.
So that's really not acceptable. I'm sure you will agree.
Absolutely, 100%. When I went with Alex to look at under the bed, I was sick to my stomach because that's not the way I want to run this hotel. I was ashamed of it.
Can I show you one more thing, please?
Yeah.
You know, when is the last time that was all clean? So someone's bothered to wipe a cloth across there.
And they haven't done that.
But they haven't done that, and that's why I didn't stay. I just wasn't prepared to give myself some communicable disease by sitting on one of your loo seats. I mean, that is pretty damning. So
Yeah.
we've got to get on top of it, yeah?
Immediately.
Okay. I don't know what kind of accommodation you stay in, but would you find that acceptable in the kind of accommodation you stay in?
Unfortunately, not. I would not stay here.
I know.
And that's a hard thing to somebody to say when it's their own place.
No, I
But
do.
that's being honest.
It is a question of regime and routine, and that I can definitely impose. You know, I'm just glad that you're not saying, oh, well, it's not normally like this, or, you know, there's a million excuses that you could come up with, and I'm glad you're not using any of them.
That's it's very difficult to actually say you wouldn't want to stay in your own premises. I have let it slip, and it's very, very difficult to accept that.
I'm encouraged by Alan's honesty and his acceptance that things have to change.
I think that was a very low moment for him, but, you know, he does have the right attitude, and he's prepared to change and work at it, and we just have to start from here.
Tackling the grime is a big step towards increasing room revenue, and at 69, Alan's lack of pension means he has to wring every penny of profit he can from every part of the business. But I'm worried his restaurant is actually costing him money.
Darling, even a cursory analysis of these figures shows me that, you know, over the course of 12 months, your food cost was 62%. I mean, that is too high. Just as an example, do you have any idea what profit you're making on an £11 crown beef burger?
Right, exact figure, no.
Given that, and given the fact that your running costs are high, as you know, there's no surprise there that you're not making any bloody money.
Yeah.
Alan is a tenanted landlord, so it's really important that he does maximise profits wherever he can. And obviously that means he needs to make money on his food. I'm worried he's not on top of his costings, and he's got to sit down and work them out properly. In the meantime, it's up to me to get his rooms up to scratch.
It'll be a waste of time without anyone to fill them. But with nearly 2 million visitors staying in Wiltshire each year, there is a great market to tap into. And I'm taking Alan to see a nearby competitor who's already making the most of it.
Has there ever been a time when you felt like throwing in the towel?
Maybe for 2 seconds when you said you wouldn't stay in my hotel last night.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be hurtful.
No, it wasn't hurtful. That was the truth. And I just said 2 seconds.
It's heartening to hear Alan sounding so committed.
Now, we are going here. Do you know the Tally-Ho?
Yeah, I know Tally-Ho.
Gosh, what a nice place to have a pint.
Just like the Crown, the Tally-Ho is an inn with rooms above.
Gosh, this is very nice.
Except these rooms are immaculate.
There's a lovely, clean, spotless room. Very, very nice indeed. your cleaning routine here? How do you run that? Do you have somebody?
We have a housekeeper.
You have a housekeeper.
Yeah, she comes every day.
Yeah.
So she just checks over the rooms and checks everything's up to a good standard.
Can I ask, how often do you come up and check the rooms out?
Every day.
Every day.
I was here just an hour ago doing it.
And
Very
you
much.
check, and you double check, and
And
you
you
triple
triple check everything. Yeah.
Alan's making all the right noises about taking responsibility for monitoring housekeeping, but I have a plan to make sure he never lets standards slip again.
So, the thing that I really wanted you to take away, it was not to rub your nose in the fact that other people are doing it better than you, but we know that cleanliness needs to be focused on. To that degree, I would like to provide you with a cleaning checklist. I will say, check the lintels, you know, has it been hoovered under the bed? You know, all of that kind of stuff. By the end of it, you won't need that list because you'll get so used to checking those things and your staff will get so used to you checking them that it will just take a cursory glance.
Cleaning isn't the only issue upstairs, though. Alan's masculine makeover is dark and dingy, so in the room where I should have stayed, I'm going to replace the old, stained, dirty furnishings and drab colour scheme to create a cosy but contemporary look in keeping with the country inn. But if Alan really wants a more secure future, it isn't just about the rooms. He has to get to grips with his food costs to maximise restaurant revenues too.
You need to make sure that you're charging the right price for things that you sell.
Yep.
You know, you really know that every time someone's buying a steak and chips, you're making whatever. Then you can really celebrate when you've got a full place. You know you're making your margins.
I'm very grateful that you're going to help me so much. I actually want to get on with it. Is there something I can do tomorrow morning?
Definitely. Always. I think the scales have well and truly fallen from Alan's eyes, and I hope I've given him enough of a shock to ensure that he doesn't go back and do nothing, starts to change his ways from tomorrow.
And the first thing I've tasked him with tackling is tidying up the Crown's ugly exterior and messy bar to create a better first impression when guests arrive.
This could be just open.
That's fine, we can take that away.
So far, it seems to be moving forward. He seems quite positive about things, so it'd be good to see the end result.
Another thing consigned to the dustbin.
And to help tackle the state of the rooms upstairs, I'm sending in Emma, a cleaning guru.
Alex, cleaner's just come in. I'm looking forward to hear what she has to say, how I've got to do the job properly.
Well, for starters, he'll need to get his hands dirty.
So how I would approach the room is, first of all, I'd come in and strip all the bedding. The next, I would do all the dusting. As you imagine, if you strip the beds, it throws all the dust everywhere. So I'd do the dusting of the room and then move on into the bathroom. What I'd like you to do is to have a clean of the room. I've brought some products, so if you'd like to go around, and I'll be stood aside and checking on you.
OK.
Though Alan doesn't normally clean the rooms himself, I hope this hammers home just how far he's let his business slip.
I'm 69 now. I've got very, very limited money in the bank. This is broken. I haven't got a partner. No social life, unfortunately. And there's nobody to talk to. Looking down here, I mean, I've got quite a lot of work to do. I walk away from here, I walk away with nothing. It worries me. My strength is my willingness to get up every morning and smile and get on with the work.
OK, Alan, how are you getting on?
It's taken me a lot longer than I expected and would have liked to hope.
It's a lot to take in, so I'm supplying Alan with a handy checklist of what needs to be carried out and, more importantly, what to check on.
Lastly, I'm going to give you this checklist, which will help your cleaners approach the room methodically, just to help them focus on the areas that they need to. And I hope that Alex, next time she comes and stays, is really happy.
Thank you
very much. It was lovely
much.
to meet you.
Thank you very much for your help. That's lovely.
Thanks.
Thank you.
I've got a real job on my hands at the Crown, trying to help landlord Alan after seeing some of the dirtiest rooms in my life.
You know, sticking plaster is not needed here. It's a fucking amputation.
Having realised just how far he's let his business slip, 4 weeks later, I'm back to see if he's begun to clean up his act.
Gosh, well, like, what I noticed straight away is that the place looks incredibly spick and span. There's no smutter on the window ledges. It's massively tied up all around the fireplace. All the bits of paper have disappeared. It looks great.
Alan has listened to my advice, and the once messy bar area is now clean and tidy, but most importantly, more welcoming to guests.
Well done!
Well, no problems.
I mean, are you pleased with how it's...
Yes, I am.
How it looks now? Well, I mean, I'd walk in here with the fire blazing and I'd look around and I'd think, gosh, what a nice place to have a pint.
Well, that's what we want it to be.
I know, I'm really pleased. Well done.
But there's another reason I'm here. My team have been making over one of Alan's dingy bedrooms behind closed doors, and I can't wait to see what he thinks.
Well, that's different.
Well, I think that it's a shame in this room to have to cut off the window.
Alan's manly decor, along with the old stained and dirty furnishings, have been stripped away, replaced with brighter wall and carpet colours to give a cosy country feel. Modern furniture gives the room a contemporary touch, and a feature bed centre stage should leave a lasting impression.
The bed in the centre of the room is quite different.
Quite unusual.
Yeah, it's definitely unusual.
I've seen lots of them in the centre of rooms.
I think it's really lovely.
Do you?
Yeah, I do actually.
Oh, good, because I was worried that you weren't...
Honestly, that is lovely because it's completely different to what I could ever do, and I shall just move this through to the rest of the rooms.
I would pay money to stay in the room
And
with
that's
this.
the really important thing for me to hear for you say.
Best of all, it's spotlessly clean. And with Alan ready to implement his new cleaning checklist, all the rooms should now stay that way. But we'll need to increase more than just occupancy if we're to help secure Alan's future.
Service?
I'm convinced there's more money to be made from the restaurant, but to stand any chance, he'll need to double his lowly 30% profit from food.
OK, that's for Alex?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Thank you.
So I need to find out where he's going wrong.
There we go.
Thanks, darling.
The plate is hot, so just be careful.
Thank you so much. I mean, that is an enormous portion. How am I ever going to get through this?
The answer is, I'm not.
There we go.
That is enormous!
That's a small portion.
Oh, don't be silly, darling. What does the chef think? Get Patrick out too. Come and have a sit down.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Large food portions might seem a generous offer, but only lead to waste, which eats away at any profit.
Hello, darlings. Why don't you pull up a chair, darling? Come and sit down.
OK.
I think this is too big a portion. And I think my portion of liver was too big.
Right.
We don't want to be mean,
Yeah.
but you do want to encourage people to try and order 2 courses or more. And they won't do that if they're so stuffed from their one course. I really want you guys to look at this because my goal through all of this has been to make sure that you have a better functioning, more profitable business. You want to make sure that every dish that's going out, you're making your margin every single time.
Yeah.
And too much food is put on the plate and that margin disappears.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
If the restaurant can start making a profit, and with the newly refurbished accommodation, the Crown should have every chance of providing a future for Alan, if I can give it the boost it needs.
On my final visit, I want to make sure that we reintroduce this place. The whole point of this has been making sure that those rooms start bringing in some income.
They will
Start
be shown.
earning their way.
Yeah, need
All right,
to.
darling?
Yeah.
To target Wiltshire's 2 million staying visitors each year, I'm inviting a tourism chief to try out the Crown, hoping he will recommend it. And now Alan is on top of his food margins, I also plan to put the restaurant to the test.
So I'd like you to be ready for a busy lunch.
No
I'm
problem.
going to ship lots of people in to taste the food. I would like you to think up a cost-effective menu, something that you can bang out of the kitchen quickly.
Yeah, will do.
All right, thank you so
Okay.
much. See you then.
Okay.
This could finally be the turning point for Alan and a brighter future for the Crown.
We've had a very productive day with Alex, and I'm really pleased with the guidance. It's just working lovely.
I think he just needed a good kick up the backside to energise him again. And I am the woman to give that kicking.
Yeah.
It seems Alan has new fire in his belly, working on smaller portions and bigger profits.
Alex said her portions were too big.
That's right, yeah.
Okay, we've got to get the balance right.
Yeah, and if they would like a little bit more, they can ask for an extra. That's not a problem.
And realising he's no dab hand with the decor, Alan has handed the responsibility of making over another room to trusty Alex.
I've decided to give Alex the reins to do the room. She's trustworthy and she knows what she's doing.
Spin it down. I think it could be a turning point for Alan. He seems keen to get stuck in and get started, or more let me get started and wreak some havoc on them.
Sit.
And with Alan's new daily cleaning plan in place,
Okay, Lulu, headboards, all dust-free, nothing there, check.
his housekeeper has a checklist, so there's no excuse for rooms that aren't spick and span.
Curtains, nothing there, as I would expect. Hoovering, check. Bathrooms, correct. The rooms are tidy, clean, and the decoration, I think everybody will love.
Which is just as well, because on my return, the Crown will have a real chance to shine as the restaurant and new rooms are put to the test. And to kick things off, having refused to stay the night when I first arrived, I have a surprise for Alan.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, very good.
Were you expecting me?
No.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I thought I was going to see you tomorrow.
Yeah, well, I've decided that as I haven't stayed before, I thought I ought to stay tonight.
Thank you very much. I think you'll notice the difference.
I'm really looking forward to it.
Good. I was really surprised to see Alex tonight, and really nice, and I can now show her my rooms as they really should be.
But the person he will really need to impress is my surprise guest, the chairman of Visit Wiltshire.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Alan. Alex Politz's booked me a room. I'm Peter.
Okay, lovely. Welcome to the Crown. Right, I'll just book you in, and...
Promotion on the Visit Wiltshire website could potentially make or break the Crown, so let's hope his room is clean enough for starters.
Oh, you'd like to follow me? Shall I take you back?
Thanks, Alan. No, OK, then. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Thank you.
Okay, there we go.
Lovely. Thank you very much.
Today is a big chance for the Crown to attract new business, if Alan can impress our local tourism chief and my special lunch guests.
I had a really comfortable night and I love this room. The bed's comfortable, the reading lights are great. I'm in a good mood.
And it's about to get even better when I see Alex's handiwork in the room next door.
Oh my gosh, darling, you've done a brilliant job.
Thank you.
Gosh, this is transformed.
So,
Darling, you're a star. I'm so impressed. You just really feel as if it's ready for guests.
Yeah, no, definitely, yeah.
I'm so excited that Alex did that room so well. Alan should be very grateful to her.
And it's all spotlessly clean.
Come and sit down, darling.
But the person who could really help fill the rooms is Peter.
Here you go. Alan, you met Peter last night. He's the chairman of Visit Wiltshire.
With nearly 2 million staying visitors to the county each year, getting promoted on his website could make a valuable difference.
So I brought him here because I was interested to see if he was willing to help promote you.
Just to start off, we've got 1.2 million unique visitors to our website, so it gives you a flavour of the size of market for you.
And I wondered if you wanted to see another couple of rooms,
Yeah, I'd love
by
to.
the way.
I mean, I saw obviously the one I was in, but yeah, I'd love to see some more.
Please, let me show you. Right, this is our twin room.
Thank you.
Alan, he's never really spent any time or energy promoting this property, and this is his chance.
What about the fittings? Are they also new?
Oh, everything's new.
It is important that he does his best to sell the charms of the Crown to Peter.
OK, let me show you the room that Alex has done up.
Oh, thank you. Oh, this is lovely, yeah. This is lovely. Light and airy, isn't it?
Yeah. What do you think of the bed and the position?
I love the position. You know, if you can give people a good night's sleep and a good breakfast, then I think you're 95% of the way there.
It's sounding positive, but is it what Peter is looking for to promote on his popular website?
So, hi.
Hello.
What's the verdict?
Well, there's a need for accommodation of this type in this area. We're a bit short of accommodation of your type. So I think it fits very well into the market. Going through it, it was last night, a warm welcome. I had a good night's sleep.
How do you think you can help, Alan?
We want to promote your business. We are one of the top social media companies in our industry. We can help you with various other ways of talking to the customer. And I think you're going to be really successful. So thank you, Alan.
Thank you very much.
Really enjoy my stay. Thanks, Alex.
It's been a pleasure to
Lovely to see you.
Thank you.
Take care. Goodbye.
Cheers.
Bye.
Thank you.
The Crown is preparing for the imminent arrival of my special lunch guests as I plan to get Alan's restaurant finally making him some money. But that can only happen if he's cut down his portion sizes and is making enough profit on the food.
Have you changed anything about the portion sizes? Because
Yes.
I was concerned that they were a bit too big.
Right, we've adjusted them in the last couple of weeks, and customers are quite happy at the size we've dropped to, and we're not getting any wastage.
Oh, good.
So it's
Okay,
working.
so that's fantastic. And that you're on top of the costings, you're on top of the gross profit. And...
Yes, we're on today's menu. We're talking about 65%, and I'm looking at 70 where I can get.
Perfect, that's what I need to know.
Now we're confident every dish is making a decent profit, I want to maximise the potential of the restaurant's revenue by increasing footfall.
Hi, thank you for coming. Welcome to the Crown.
So I've invited just 2 of the many coach companies which operate day trips passing through the area to call in for lunch. And there's a lot at stake.
Anyone who'd like to follow me through to the restaurant, OK?
If the Crown can prove to be a recommended meal stop for coach parties, its restaurant could become a regular revenue stream for Alan.
Anything you want to know, or just let us know.
The cod and chips. Cod and chips, chicken pie, sausage and mash, ham, egg and chips.
Is the mash ready, please?
OK, got another order?
Several guaranteed busy lunchtimes like this each week
Service?
could be just the boost Alan needs, providing he can cope.
Ham, egg and chips?
Okay, one more, ham, egg and chips. 2 curry, table 7.
New smaller portion sizes means more profit, less waste, and happy customers.
If you were a great big 6-foot strapping man, probably you would have wanted more, but normal people, that's fine.
Good. Oh, good, you think so?
And I'd bring friends here.
Oh, good. Yes, you're the kind of customer we like.
Meanwhile, not wanting to waste an opportunity,
Just wondering if you would like to come and have a little nosy around the rooms upstairs? Yeah?
Alex has taken the initiative and is, this time, proud to show off the new rooms.
That is lovely.
Go back a few months ago, I would absolutely detest taking up customers to the room. And now this is what it should be like.
With the new rooms getting an added seal of approval, in the restaurant, Alan is doing his best to impress the important representatives from the 2 coach companies.
We're always open to welcome coaches. We are one of the companies.
We're often looking for morning coffee stops for groups that are travelling, and also for meal stops on the returns, so that's quite handy to know.
We normally open at 12, but you say to us half 11, 11 o'clock, not a problem.
That works for us. I mean, we plan everything in advance. We have a schedule for the day. There's driver's hours that we need to keep to. So yeah, we're always planning ahead.
Lovely.
It's been a busy lunchtime for Alan, but more importantly, a profitable one.
The portions, I think, were perfect. All plates come back nice and empty.
Yeah.
All right, so that was good.
Good.
Yeah.
If you're happy, I'm happy.
But the big question is whether the Crown has impressed the coach companies enough to sustain Alan's efforts and become one of their regular stop-offs for food and drink.
Feedback from our customers has been really positive. So yeah, there's a good chance that we might get back in touch with Alan to perhaps book another lunch here.
We often get group organisers that we're organising days out for and tours for that will say to us, where can we stop with 30 or 40 people? So it's always useful to have somewhere like that. And certainly Alan is someone that we would consider to use in the future.
So, I mean, I think you've done the most amazing job. Both those coach companies thought that your value for money and the food and the service, the welcome was perfect. And hopefully, with the help of Visit Wiltshire, we'll get you known by more people too.
Yeah,
I feel
sure it'll be great, and that's what we're looking for.
It's been a really nice experience for me, Don, and I just can't tell you how much I hope the best for you.
Thank you very much, and we really appreciate you and all the work you've done for us, and it's just been fantastic and an experience.
Okay.
Thank you,
Oh, no.
and I mean that very much.
Oh, darling, thank you so much.
It's been a pleasure.
Okay, fantastic. Working with Alex started off not perfect, far from it, but as we got to know each other, it just worked out really well.
I really hope that we've done enough to transform Alan's fortunes. I certainly think we've done enough to bring the smile to his face.
I'm really glad I called Alex. It's made a whole difference to my life as well as my business.